And good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's broadcast of Golden Bears High School basketball on the Golden Bears Sports Network. And tonight is the season finale for the Bryan Golden Bears boys basketball team. And they got a tough matchup tonight. They're taking on an Evergreen team that is third place in the NWOAL. Comes in with just 4 losses on the season, Evergreen does.
Yeah, they do. They're a tough squad. Their losses were to Cardinal, Stritch, Lenawee, Christian, Wauseon, and Archbold. Of course, everybody lost to Archbold. They went undefeated on the season and won the league. But, you know, they come in at 4-2 on the league, 17-4 overall. And Coach Jerry Kiefer's got his team playing well right now.
There weren't that many teams that beat Wauseon either. They had a pretty good season in their own right.
They did.
And the Bryan Golden Bears, you know, their head coach, Brandon Fisher, came into this game saying that defensively, when they stick to the scheme, they've been better than when they don't. But is that scheme going to be good enough tonight against a team in Evergreen that has 4 players in double figures?
Yeah, that's going to be tough to defend. And, you know, Bryan has been kind of an interesting up-and-down team all season. They've been a very streaky team. You know, they started the season with that loss to Ottawa Glandorf. They won 3 in a row, lost 2 in a row, won 3 in a row, lost 1, won 2 more, lost 3 in a row, won 3 in a row, lost 2 in a row. And they won a big game on the road at Van Wert by 11 back on February 4th. And after that, they had 2 league games in Patrick Henry and Liberty Center. Lost those 2 games by a total of 2 points. And I know Coach Fisher was just not pleased with the way the Bears played in those 2 games, to put it mildly.
Certainly not. And they were able to bounce back from that, though, with the win against Paulding. 59-39 was the final in that game. That was just this past Saturday when the Golden Bears won that one. Well, there's a bit of a contrast in experience between the 2 coaches. Brandon Fisher now in his 3rd year with Bryan, having a pretty good season. Jerry Kiefer, the head coach at Evergreen, he's in his 26th year with that particular program.
Yeah, he's been there a long time. He's kind of the granddaddy. You know, ever since Archbold's longtime coach retired, you know, he's kind of the next man up as far as it comes with longevity here in this league. And, you know, he's had some up and down teams. And so far this season, this team's doing pretty well.
Well, it is senior night here at Bryan High School. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we come back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. And welcome back, everyone. This is high school boys basketball here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Brought to you by Bryan Ford Lincoln, Veteran Services of Williams Colony, Ogle and Turnbull Funeral Home, the Bryan Boosters, the main stops of Northwest Ohio, BMU Cable and Internet, Northwest State Community College, Crow Funeral Home, Suburban Auto, and Jason Deach Collision and Customs. Thank you to all of our sponsors who allow us to come out here and do the games we get to do. I'm Thad Goff alongside Chris Malenga, and this is senior night for the Bryan High School boys team, and they're going to start all 4 seniors. Those seniors, by the way, are Adam Queen, Connor Shirkey, Drew Peters, and Connor Lemons. A pretty good career that those guys have put in. Now, obviously, you got guys like Drew Peters that have battled injuries during the course of their career. Adam Queen, a kid who was on the JV team as a junior, not very common, but he's playing pretty well, especially on the defensive side this year. And also Connor Lemons, who's proven to be a big force on the inside.
Yeah, and it's really nice to see Drew Peters back for this. He's been in a few games this year, come back. They weren't sure early in the season if they were going to see him at all this season, so it's nice that he's back and great that he gets the start tonight. You know, these teams are playing their final regular season game, but they're heading into tournaments. And, you know, just looking at the tournament bracket, Evergreen plays in Division 3. They are in the Toledo sectional. Their first game will be next Wednesday at 6:15. They're the 3 seed, and they will be playing Millbury Lake at Clay High School in Oregon. So they're the number 3 seed. The number 1 seed in that district, by the way, is Genoa. Meanwhile, the Golden Bears got the number 7 seed. They are also going to play Wednesday night at 8 o'clock at Lima Senior High School against St. Mary's Memorial. And so that'll be Bryan's foray into the tournament. The Lady Bears went out in their first round game against Lima Shawnee last Wednesday night. And so they're done. So the last team standing here for the Golden Bears as far as the basketball team is the boys as they play next week. And we'll have that game on the radio for you next Wednesday night.
Yep, on WQCT. In fact, if you have to drive off, if you can't stay in front of the TV or in front of the computer too long, you can tune into WQC TV and listen to this game.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, it's exciting tournament time. It's a whole new season. You kind of throw things out the window. You're starting the next season, and this is the time of year you play what you're playing for.
And again, we talked about the fact that Evergreen has 4 players averaging double figures coming into tonight. Those players are Mason Leffler, Nate Brighton, Bryce Hudick, and Chandler Lumbreezer. Lumbreezer averaging 10.3 points per game, Hudick averaging 10.5, Brighton at 11.7, and Mason Loeffler leads the pack. He's got 15.6 points that he is averaging on the season. Now, he's not listed as one of the top scorers so far this year, but last year he was among the top 10 in scores in the NWOAL.
Yeah, and you know, it's a good league for basketball. I mean, you got, we said Archbold went undefeated this year. They won the league. Wasion is strong this year in the league, and so it's a good basketball conference. It's a good football conference. Good conference all around, but you know, it's tough. This is going to be a tough task for the Golden Bears, and it just depends on how they come out and what kind of defense they put on. If they can hold a couple of those guys down into the single-digit range, they have a good chance of winning this game tonight. They also have to hit shots inside and make sure that they're taking care of the basketball as well. The JV went into overtime, and they actually won that game in overtime, and so that was good. Evergreen, they were up by as many as 8 in the JV game, and Evergreen came all the way back to tie it, and then I don't think they scored a point in the overtime period.
I think they got one basket.
Yeah, and you know, so there you go. That's what we come up with. So we're going to take a timeout, come back with more after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
One thing that hasn't changed here at Bryan Ford Lincoln is our commitment to service. It's in everything we do. It's in our mission statement. Our goal is simple: customers for life. Kick back in our newly renovated service lounge or business center. We pick up and deliver throughout the local area at no charge. So the next time you need service on your Ford or competitive make vehicle, come out and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln and see why we've earned Ford Motor Company's President's Award 7 times running.
For over 40 years, Bryan, Ohio has been home to the only import vehicle repair specialist in Northwest Ohio, Suburban Auto. Whether it's an Asian or European vehicle, Suburban has the knowledge and experience to keep your import or domestic car running strong. Do you have a hybrid vehicle that's acting up? Suburban is your one-stop hybrid repair shop. Don't be fooled by the one-size-fits-all repair shops. There is no substitute for experience. Come see the import repair pros, Suburban Auto.
The hands-on training and education at Northwest State opens doors for good paying career opportunities with great local manufacturers. That helps me, my family, and my community.
As the baby boomer generation tires of traditional send-offs, funerals are becoming increasingly more personalized. People are pre-planning their own remembrance gathering. Pre-planning is easy and will pay off both emotionally and financially for you and your family. Plus allows you more control over your last hurrah. At Krill Funeral Service, we're not just funeral directors, we are experts at helping hearts heal.
Back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network, let's send it down to the public address.
For their important role in tonight's game. Our officials this evening are Anthony Adams, Al Rietzecker, and Al Miller. In order to make tonight's contest as enjoyable as possible, please represent your school and community in a positive and respectful manner. That means follow the rules, speak and act responsibly, and show courtesy and respect for your fellow fans, the officials and coaches, the administration and authority figures, and of course your team and opponents. Let's make tonight's contest great, and remember to respect the game. Now let's meet the players in tonight's game. First, the starting lineups for the visiting Evergreen Vikings. A 6'3" senior, number 5, Bryce Hudick. A 6'2" senior, number 10, Chandler Lumbreezer. A 6'4" junior, number 22, Mason Leffler. A 6-foot freshman, number 25, Nick Borovich. And a 6'4" junior, number 34, Nate Brighton. The Vikings are coached by Jerry Kiefer, assisted by Bruce Smith. And now the starting lineups for your Bryan Golden Bears. A 6-foot senior, number 3, Adam Queen. A 5'11" senior, number 11, Connor Shirkey. A 6'7" junior, number 24, Reese Jackson. A 5'10" senior, number 25, Drew Peters. And a 6'5" senior, number 32, Connor Lemon. The Bears are coached by Brandon Fisher, assisted by Chad Bassett and Steve Lamberson.
So we are just about ready to start here between the Bryan Golden Bears and the Evergreen Vikings. Final basketball game of the year, final basketball game of the regular season for this Bryan boys team. It would be a big win if they could knock off the Vikings. And you may remember they finished off the regular season in football against Evergreen. That was on the road. And I think Brandon Fisher remembers that one. He did not so much like standing outside to broadcast that game. I remember telling him we were outside, and he said, "Oh, no, that's not going to be fun." But the tip won by the Golden Bears, and Connor Shirkey will bring it across the timeline. Over to Queen, looking down low. Good job moving without the basketball so far as Bryan tries to establish something down low. They've got Adam Queen down there. Out to Lemons on the wing, and he knocks it down.
Nice move by Lemons, kind of there, inside the three-point arc, between the edge of the key and the three-point arc. Put it in, nothing but net.
Early 2-0 lead for the Golden Bears. A kick to the outside for Borovich. Nick Borovich, number 25. That pass gets tipped, almost stolen away. And the basket goes. I think that was Borovich. Nope.
That was actually on Brighton, yep.
Shirkey trying to drive inside, instead kicks it out to Peters. Queen trying to fake him. Gets a screen from Lemons. Peters will pull from outside, knocks it down.
Nice bucket.
Peters.
Nice bucket for Peters. Very patient, the Bears offense. That's the way you got to do things to get a win tonight.
It was announced before the game, Drew Peters' favorite player is LeBron James. Now judge for yourself whether that three-point stroke was better than LeBron's three, although he has hit some big threes in his career. Outside for Hudick. This is Brighton, who's got the only Evergreen bucket of the night. And that pass stolen away. It was a little bit too far, trying to get it to Borovich down low. And Shirkey able to get it across the timeline. Good job by Lemons to avoid the turnover. Here's Peters getting inside. Late feed. Open was Shirkey, but a little too strong on the shot. But there's Jackson for the board. And Shirkey's left-hand layup goes. Hudick will bring it across the timeline. That was Shirkey's first bucket of the night. And a 7-2 lead early on for the Bears. Now, they did have an early lead against Archbold, but the Blue Streaks ran away with that one. Brighton off the fake, puts it in.
Boy, that was a nice backdoor move by Nate Brighton to just get there, be patient, and get the basket.
And I believe that's one thing that Brandon Fisher was frustrated about, was the fact that he had such good position on the inside. Got to get a body on those big guys. Lemons trying to back in, and they call him for a double dribble. I didn't see him pick up his dribble there. That looked clean, but then again, we're looking at it from far above the gym.
Absolutely.
This is Hudick bringing it across the timeline. Peters on him. Brighton the lob inside, and the basket goes. A tough one at that.
Boy, Leffler did a nice job getting that one in with contact.
It's Leffler's first bucket, the leading scorer for this Evergreen team, and the Vikings have pulled within one. Lemons, tough shot, can't get it to fall. Lemons battling for it, but he had a crowd of gray jerseys around him. And backing it out is Hudick. It's Borovich. Leffler will pull up for three, no good. And it's Jackson who comes down with the board. Shirky fakes it, gives it to Jackson. Hasn't gotten many touches so far today, misses that shot. You would think he'll get a lot of touches as the game goes on. The Golden Bears like to rely quite a bit on their size. It hasn't always been the case, but with all the size they have at their disposal with the likes of Jackson, Lemons, and Rower, gives you the option to go inside more often. Shirky down the floor to Queen, makes a move. Good job staying with him, though. I think that was Leffler who was on him. Three ball on the way, a little bit too strong. And we've had very little scoring for the last couple of minutes. 7-6, the Bears still with the lead, though, on your main stop scoreboard. Can they keep the lead on this possession? Baseline drive by Lumbreezer. Check that was Leffler. Three on the way. Got it.
That's Brighton. 7 points now for him.
The first three of the game for Evergreen. Bryan has one. That belongs to Drew Peters. He's got the ball in his hands right now. Gets to the glass and puts it home to tie the game. 5 points early on for Peters. Udick will bring it across the timeline. Leffler for three. Had a hand in his face. That might have been altered, but it's an offensive board for Lumbreezer. Tied at 9 on the main stop scoreboard with 2.5 to go in the first quarter. Entry pass. Brighton kicks it back out. Shot fake Lumbreezer. Back to Brighton. Puts it home. Give him 9.
Again, that's what Brandon Fisher said they don't want to do. They don't want to give easy shots inside.
Shirky gets it across the timeline and a foul.
2:15 remaining in the first quarter. That's our first whistle. That'll be on Lumbreezer.
Looks like we're going to get some subs here shortly. And Titus Rower is one of those guys waiting to check in, along with Caleb Zuber and Connor Arthur. And you knew we'd see those guys off the bench sooner rather than later. Shirky able to hit the first of 2 free throws. So far, Bryan able to hang with Evergreen. What they don't want is for this thing to get away from him in the second half like it did against Archbold. Shirky knocks down both. In fact, I think that game started to get away from him in the second quarter.
Yep. 4 points for Shirky on the night.
First 2 free throws made on that last possession. Into the game is Jack Etu. If you remember the name Jack Etu, he was a quarterback on Evergreen's football team and was actually one of the top passers yardage-wise this past season in the NWA. A loose ball taken away by Arthur. He's got Etu on him. Jackson posting up inside. Leave it off to Zuber. Jackson had the look, it appeared, and gets it to go.
Boy, Jackson was kind of bobbling that ball all the way in.
I'm surprised he wasn't called for a carry. We'll take it. Golden Bears get the lead. Back out to Brighton with Rower on him. Udick gets a screen. Backing in is Brighton. Free ball on the way. Udick got it. Bounced around and in. And the lead right back to Evergreen. 14-13 on the main stop scoreboard. Rower gets his first touch of the game. Unable to get a shot off, though. And here goes Shirky into the lane. Out to Jackson. Trying to drive past everybody. There was Arthur and a foul.
That's going to be on Lumbreezer.
It's Zach Lumbreezer, one of 3 Lumbreezers on the roster.
I guess I should specify.
The other two being Chandler and Evan.
That's going to put Arthur to the line to shoot 2.
Chandler and Zach, both seniors. Evan Lumbreezer is a freshman. May or may not see him in the game. He hasn't been in yet. Arthur's able to sink the first free throw to tie the game. 28.5 to go in the first quarter on the main stop scoreboard. 2 for 2 from Arthur, and that's a good sign early on so far.
They're 4 for 4.
Bears have not missed from the free throw line. Final 15 seconds of the first quarter starting to tick away. This is Bryce Hudick handing it off to Leffler. Leffler with just 2 points so far. He's the leading scorer on this team coming into the game, but there's Leffler firing from deep and connecting just before the horn. 17-15 Evergreen over Bryan. Back after a minute break on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The academic advisors at Northwest State are here to help you develop and stick with a great education plan so you can get where you want to go. All roads begin at Northwest State.
There comes a time when every family is faced with the difficult choice of aftercare for a family companion. In the past, your choices were limited to burial or cremation. Now there's a better option, Aquamation. It's a gentle, more responsible alternative that allows you to honor the loss of your companion without harming the environment. Aquamation is a simple process similar to Mother Nature's own that allows the family to retain more of their companion's remains. To find out more, call or stop by Creel Funeral Service today.
When Cameron's family came to us with a plea for help, we put our minds and our hearts into creating a solution. Selfless teamwork made the impossible possible. NSCC really is the heart of education.
Back here at Bryan High School, Evergreen leads Bryan 17-15 on the main stop scoreboard as we begin the second quarter. Pretty good first quarter for Bryan. The question is, can they stay with them?
Yeah, no fouls for the Golden Bears, no jump balls. It was a pretty clean first quarter.
Driving to the basket is Hudick, but he can't knock it down, and it remains a 2-point game. This is Connor Arthur with it. Peters, pull-up jumper, knocks it down with a hand in his face. That's 7 points for Drew Peters so far. Well, if he plays the way he's been playing most of this game, he might have his best game of the season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tied at 17. A lot of basketball to be played. Good move there by Borovich. And they're going to call the foul on Zuber. And I believe that's Borovich at the free throw line. Unable to hit the first one. And you do wonder if free throw shooting could prove to be the difference in this game. So far, the obvious edge in that department belongs to the Bears. Borovich able to knock down the second one. Zuber, I believe, was the first against Bryan. And there's Titus Roller with the bucket down low.
That was a nice inside move to get open, get the pass inside, put it up and in. Good move by Titus.
Brandon Fisher will be glad to have him for 2 more years. Roller, a sophomore, stands at 6'6". I'll poke from behind Lemons, but right back into the hands of, I believe, Leffler.
Titus Roller didn't even see that coming. He was right there in position to grab it.
Back outside to Hudick with Arthur on him. Leffler with the feet inside, poked again by Lemons, and this time Arthur out ahead of the pack, puts it home.
Arthur now with 4 on the night. That was a nice move. Lemons poked it away. Arthur got it, took it the length of the court, and easy, well, layup that was pretty well contested, but got it in anyway.
First field goal of the night as well for Connor Arthur. Arthur, a 6-foot junior. Leffler feeds it off. Waiting for the screen is Hudick. He's another double-figure scorer, and he puts that one in inside.
Hudick now with 5 points on the night.
Two Evergreen Vikings who has that total in the game. Arthur waiting for the screen. Doesn't really get one, but there's Peters trying to get inside. Allowed for Arthur to get a little dribble penetration, but Peters with the miss from three. Lemons, though, with the putback. Connor Lemons stretches the lead back out to three, 23-20 in favor of the Bears. Leffler with Rower on him. And finding the open man that time was Hudick. He found Brighton for the bucket. That's 11 points for Nate Brighton and a 1-point game with Bryan in the lead. So far, they've still been able to stay with Evergreen.
Well, they doubled the first guy in, and then the second guy came in the back door side and made a cut.
Rower couldn't get that jumper to fall. Hudick down the lane. Leffler open. Can't hit the three, though. But a very good look. But the Bears come away with the board. Zuber trying to field it down low to Rower, who was well guarded. Had Brighton fronting him the whole way, and Brighton remains on it. Rower will come out and set the screen for Zuber. Pull-up jumper. Looked like contact. No foul, though. Over to Brighton. He'll drive the lane. Puts it in right over Zuber. And that's going to be a timeout by Bryan.
Be a 30-second timeout. We can just keep it right here. I'll give you some quick
Zuber was... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to give you some quick stats here as we get started. Comparing the stats, Evergreen is 10 of 15 from the field. Bryan is 9 of 16, so pretty evenly matched. Evergreen is 3 of 6 from outside the arc. Bryan just 1 of 3. Bryan is 4 of 4 from the foul line, 1 of 2 for Evergreen. Each team pretty even on rebounds. Evergreen was 6, Bryan was 7. And then turnovers, Evergreen actually has 4 turnovers, Bryan with just the 1 turnover.
And on that last possession, Nate Brighton really had no trouble getting past the defender. Caleb Zuber was pretty much left to guard him all alone in the post. Bryan down 1. It's been a back-and-forth game so far, as Bryan hopes to stay with a very good Evergreen team, an Evergreen team that comes in 17-4. Would be the biggest win of the season for the Bears if they can get it. Peters has to come back to grab the inbound from Zuber.
Evergreen just playing that three-quarter court man-to-man. They're not really trapping.
Arthur, tough feed over to Peters. He wanted a screen there, but didn't get one. And whistles blow, that's going to be traveling on Peters. Shirky and Jackson will come back into the game.
Lemons and Peters will have a seat.
Three and a half to go with Bryan down 1 at the hands of Evergreen. Looking for the feed inside. Double team comes. Open man on the wing. That's Lumbreezer. Can't knock it down, but Brighton grabs the board. He 2 for 3. He knocks it down. Jackie 2 on the board for the first time tonight.
4-point lead now for Evergreen. This is where the Bears need to get down here and get some points to answer this.
I believe that's the 4th 3 of the game.
Yep. They're 4 of 7.
Shirky trying to feed it inside to Jackson. He'll get it out on the wing instead. And I think that might have gone off his own knee. It did. Well, that is not what you want to have happen after giving up back-to-back buckets.
Absolutely not.
Golden Bears defense needs to bear down, no pun intended, and get a stop here defensively. To the wing for Borovich. There's defenders doing a good job playing man-to-man defense here. Loose ball, but picked up by Borovich.
Another loose ball.
I think he kind of lost that one on his own. Back over to Borovich.
Evergreen's really patient.
Got the one-on-one matchup inside. No good on the shot, and Rower has the ball.
Titus did a great defensive effort down there.
Shirky trying to feed it inside to Jackson. It's not there. I believe he's got Brighton on him.
Bears are going to have to get some outside shots here to free that up, middle up.
Shirky over to Rower. Hasn't shot it much from the outside this season. They go inside to Jackson. Defender on him. Jackson somehow able to keep a hold of it, but he misses the shot.
Bears not having a lot of second chance points tonight.
To the corner for Lumbreezer.
Evergreen just content to move it around.
Coming up on a minute to play in the second half.
They did this to end the first quarter too. They just kind of screened people around, handed off.
Bears have gone the last couple minutes without a bucket, but they'll get a chance to get one here. Connor Arthur created that turnover. Rower off the fake, and just somehow gets it to go.
Boy, he rolled that around the rim, didn't he?
He certainly did. I thought that was going to break off the front iron, but a little friendly roll.
He kind of willed it up there almost.
Cuts it down to 2 after the Golden Bears were not able to score on their last few possessions. And right now, once again, it looks like Evergreen is content to milk the clock down.
You need to have some guy come out and contest this so he doesn't have to just stand there.
Right, and finally passes it off.
If Rohr comes up and contests, he's got a 5-second clock that'll start.
Backing out is Lumbreezer. It's down to 10 on the clock.
Be huge to stop him here.
Here's Leffler driving the lane, puts it up, and gets it to go.
That was well executed right there.
Shirky with a prayer, can't get it to go.
Well, I was saying if you could keep it within single digits in the first half, you have yourself in a position to win 29-25, a 4-point lead. I like the Bears' chances right now.
That was a big bucket on that last possession for Titus Rower. It seemed like the Bears couldn't get anything to fall for the last few possessions, but Rower able to stop the bleeding momentarily, even though they give up the basket on the ensuing possession.
Yeah, and you know, Bears have had a pretty good game so far. They were down 17-15 at the end of the first quarter, and then down 12-10 in the second to make it 29-25. So there you have it, you know, a 4-point lead for Evergreen heading into the locker room.
Bears certainly glad that it's a close game. We will be back after this with your halftime statistics here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
It's pretty obvious that there is a huge inventory of trailers at Jason Deach Trailer Sales in Edgerton. But what you can't see is how many parts they have available. axles, brakes, doors, fenders, hitches, hinges, electrical, lighting, suspensions, tie-downs, toolboxes, tires, and wheels. If it's a part you need for your trailer, you can get it online or in person at Jason Deach Trailer Sales on the east side of Edgerton.
It's been said a million times, there's nothing in the world more important than family. We understand that at Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Our entire staff is like family to us. They are some of the most caring, thoughtful, and dedicated people in our industry. In fact, our newest members are part of my family. When the time comes for your family to say goodbye, remember our family, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory in Bryan, Sherwood, West Unity, and Hamilton.
At the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Welcome back, everyone, to Bryan High School. Right now, they're recognizing the Bryan Area Foundation, and at halftime, the Golden Bears trail 29-25 against Evergreen. Chris, I believe we've got some first-half stats.
Yeah, we do. Evergreen is shooting 63% from the field. They're 12 of 19, 8 of 11 from inside the arc. They're 50%, 4 of 8 from outside the arc. Also 50% from the foul line, 1 for 2. They have 8 total rebounds, 2 offensive, 6 defensive, and 6 turnovers. Their leading scorer is Nate Brighton, has 13 points. He has 6 of 6 from the field, including a three-pointer for his 13 points. Mason Leffler is 3 of 6 from the field, 1 of 4 from outside the arc, and he has 7 points. Bryce Hudick is 2 of 3 from the field and 1 of 1 from outside the arc. He has 5 points. Jack Etu, 1 for 1. His bucket was outside the three-point arc for 3 points, and Nick Borojevic is 1 for 2 from the foul line. That gives them their 29 points. Taking a look now at the stats for the Bryan Golden Bears, they are shooting 52% from the field. They're 10 of 19. 9 of 15 from inside the arc, 1 of 4 from beyond the three-point arc. They are 4 of 4 from the foul line. They have 8 rebounds as well, 3 offensive, 5 defensive, 2 steals, 2 turnovers. Leading scorer for them is Drew Peters. He is 3 of 4 and 1 of 2 from inside the arc, outside the arc rather, for 7 points. Connor Arthur is 1 of 1 with 4 points. He's also 2 of 2 from the foul line. Connor Shirkey also 4 points, 1 of 4 and 2 of 2 from the foul line. Titus Rohr is 2 of 3 for 4 points, and Connor Lemons 2 of 3 for 4 points as well. And Reese Jackson with just 1 bucket. He is 1 of 3 for 2 points. That gives you Bryan's 25 again. At the half, your score 29-25. When we take a break, come back with more after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Welcome back, everyone, to Bryan High School. Bryan trails Evergreen 29-25 on this senior night at Bryan High School. Golden Bears trying to get a marquee win. They would be able to get that if they knock off Evergreen. The Vikings come into this game with a record of 17-4 overall. The Golden Bears come in with a record of 12-9 on the season thus far. That's their overall record. Come in with a record of 2-4 in league play. They could move up the standings and basically into a tie with Swanton for fourth place rather, if they were to win this game, because they beat Swanton. They would actually jump Swanton if they got it. Well, Golden Bears able to keep it close there in the first half.
Yeah, they really were, and to keep within 4, they did a nice job. They got to work on those backdoor cuts by Evergreen. That's where their points have really come from. They do a good job defending, and then all of a sudden, somebody will sneak behind and they'll feed them. They've been able to do that really well. The Golden Bears have not done such a good job of finding their inside guys, and so that's something they're going to need to work on and see if they can, be able to take a lead here and play with these guys. I think they have a really good shot if they continue to play like they did in the first half.
Nate Brighton had several opportunities, a couple opportunities at least under the basket where he seemed to have he was very little contested.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, this is Connor Arthur at the point for the Bears. Over to Shirkey. Shirkey, one of the 4 seniors that will be graduating this coming spring. Rohr on the inside, kicks it back out. Ball movement around the perimeter. Can the Bears get a clean look? Get inside to Jackson, able to keep possession and puts it home.
I tell you what, I have been critical in the past of Reese Jackson and the way he plays underneath and playing strong, but he has really come on in this year and is able to play strong underneath the basket. He had a near turnover there, able to pick it back up, turn around and make the bucket.
Poked from behind, that's Titus Rower. Trying to get to the glass, counted, and a foul.
There you go.
I believe Connor Lemons has picked the pocket a couple of different times. Now Titus Rower decides it's his turn, and a 30-second timeout called by Jerry Kiefer of Evergreen. We'll stay with you for this one. That is a huge run by the Golden Bears. I know it's only a 4-point run, but they are able to keep themselves in the game with those last couple possessions.
Yeah, so you have Reese Jackson who nearly turns it over. He had two guys around him, and the pass didn't come in cleanly. Able to pick it up basically off the floor, turn around and make a really hard contested shot, and then they go the other way. Titus Rohr steals the ball, takes it to the end, and gets the foul and the bucket. I mean, that's great play in the first 45, 48 seconds of the half.
And Rohr with a chance to complete the three-point play. Bears have not been to the line frequently tonight, but they have shot it well from the charity stripe, and that continues. Titus Rohr now with 7 points in the game after that three-point play, and the Bears lead it 30-29 on the main stop scoreboard, their first lead of the second half.
They're 5 of 5 from the line, the Bears are.
Brighton backing out. Over to Lumbreezer. Off the foot and out of bounds. Doesn't really matter anyway, it's a kickball. It was off of Jackson's foot.
Get in there and make the disruptive plays there.
Three ball on the way, it's good. Chandler Lumbreezer.
That gives his first points of the night.
Lumbreezer was a kid who was averaging double figures coming into this game. Over to Zuver, kicks out to Shirky, can't connect on the three. Well, Bears' first lead of the second half was very short-lived.
Yep.
Firing from the corner is Borovich. He knocks it down. That's his first field goal of the game.
Quickly, it's a 5-point lead the other way.
(35-30) as Shirky tries to shake off the defender. Well, turnaround jumper in the paint, left it just a little bit short.
The difference here lately is the Bears have not had any second chance.
And throwing it down inside. That is Leffler.
9, and we're going to see a timeout the other way, a full timeout for Coach.
An 8-0 run put together by the Vikings. We'll take a break during this full timeout on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
One thing that hasn't changed here at Bryan Ford Lincoln is our commitment to service. It's in everything we do. It's in our mission statement. Our goal is simple: customers for life. Kick back in our newly renovated service lounge or business center. We pick up and deliver throughout the local area at no charge. So the next time you need service on your Ford or competitive make vehicle, come out and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln and see why we've earned Ford Motor Company's President's Award 7 times running.
For over 40 years, Bryan, Ohio has been home to the only import vehicle repair specialist in Northwest Ohio, Suburban Auto. Whether it's an Asian or European vehicle, Suburban has the knowledge and experience to keep your import or domestic car running strong. Do you have a hybrid vehicle that's acting up? Suburban is your one-stop hybrid repair shop. Don't be fooled by the one-size-fits-all repair shops. There is no substitute for experience. Come see the import repair pros, Suburban Auto.
Back here in Bryan, it is 37-30 on the main stop scoreboard. Evergreen leads Bryan after the Golden Bears have scored 5 straight points to take the lead. The Vikings answered right back with 8 straight of their own. Zuver from the wing knocks it down. That is huge.
Yeah, it is, and that was nothing but net. Zuver just pulled up, shot that one, zipped right through the net, and that's what you got to do.
37-33, big three there for Zuver. His first points of the game. He's a guy who can stroke it from outside, but that bucket right on the other end is good by Jackie, too.
That was actually Hudik that made that one.
Oh, you're right, it was Hudik. Shirky looking inside. Draws the double team. Zips it to Rower. Puts it home.
You know, that's the first time that the Bears have done what Evergreen has done. Evergreen brought 2 players out to defend the perimeter, and Titus were able to get back in and get a backdoor play right there, and that's what the Evergreen's been doing all night.
Evergreen leading 39-35. Looked like they might have a shot out there on the wing, but Leffler gets fouled.
That'll be on Shirky. That's his first.
Very few fouls in the game so far, really, between either team.
Yeah. 2 fouls total for the Golden Bears, and 2 fouls.
That one rolls right off the rim. That is a huge break for the Bears. That was Hudick who couldn't put it home. Shirky gets to the lane, draws a crowd. That was a wild shot that did not go.
I think he was trying to get a foul there.
Rower comes out to guard Lumbreezer. And it's Hudick feeding it back over to Lumbreezer. 4:15 and counting in this third quarter on your main stop scoreboard. Lumbreezer from the wing, left it short. Zuber grabs it. Shirky running the point for the Bears. He's got Rower in the high post. Arthur will drive. That was a tough pass. The defender fronting Caleb Zuber. Fortunately, the Bears do not turn it over. Zuber, another catch and shoot. Knocks it down. Surprisingly, no foul call.
Wow.
He definitely went down. Was there contact is the question. But it's a 1-point game. Zuber did not score a single bucket in the first half. He's got 2 threes to help keep the Bears in this one. That was close to being a carry. Inside to Brighton. Leffler for 3. Got it.
Can't leave him open. They've done a good job on the inside, but you can't leave Leffler open like that. He's got 12 now.
He's one of 2 Vikings in double figures. The other one being Brighton, who has yet to score here in the second half. Zuber will try again. Not this time. And coming from behind is Hudick. He was fortunate that Lumbreezer was there to grab the rebound. 4-point deficit that the Golden Bears face. Hasn't been in double figures, however, Evergreen has stretched the lead as far as 7 points as the rebound gets pulled down by Zuber. Rower posting up down low against Brighton. Zuber wanted to get one off again. He's already 2 for 3 from downtown.
Now they're coming out to guard him. That's the difference.
Rower puts it in.
Nice move by Titus to make a kind of motion-changing move to come in there and draw the defender and then go the other way for the basket, contested basket.
42-40 on the main stop scoreboard. The lob inside and a foul called.
Wow.
Zuber trying to create the turnover. A game that's had very few fouls so far. That's Zuber's second. The second team foul of this half on the Bears with less than 2 to go in the third quarter.
Shirky will sit down. Drew Peters will check back in for the Bears.
Lumbreezer to put it in. Was thinking about trying a 3 from the wing. Instead backs it out. This is Leffler with the ball. Feeds it off to Lumbreezer. Pull up 3. Leffler knocks it down.
Boy, Leffler having a great night.
He's got 15, and it's a 5-point lead for the Vikings with 1.5 minutes to go. Arthur, the late kick. Not sure Lemons was quite ready for that one, but who cares? He knocks down the bucket.
He did a nice job of catching, bouncing, and going in for it.
Coming up on the final minute of the third quarter, Bears have cut it down to 3. Had it down to 1 for a moment after a Caleb Zuber 3.
Evergreen shooting 66% from the field. It'll be interesting to see if they can keep that up over the rest of the game.
They may be content to drain the clock here. Lemons was out fronting Bright. blocked by Lemons. Offensive board, another block, but he's called for the foul. Lemons battling all over the block. And it's going to be free throws for the Vikings. It's going to be Leffler going to the line. First foul on Lemons.
3 team fouls for the Golden Bears.
Leffler able to knock down that first free throw. That stretches the lead back out to 5. Leffler has 17. 47-42 Vikings on the main stop scoreboard. Peters with the feed to Rower. Rower, tough shot. He's going to the line. He wanted that bucket so bad, but just couldn't get it to go. Second foul against Nate Brighton. I believe this is Rower's first trip to the free throw line. Able to knock down the first one. Rower is the only Golden Bear in double figures. He's got 12. Adam Queen into the game. Gives way to Zuber. Zuber gives way to him. And it's a 3-point game. Titus Rower 2 for 2 on that trip. Give him 13 for the game. And now will the Vikings hold for the final shot again? We've got about 20 seconds and counting on the clock. Lumberys are allowing the clock to drain. It's down to 7. Brighton with a man on him. Down to 2, loose ball out of bounds. And with 1 second left, it's going to stay with the Vikings. They're going to have to get a quick catch and shoot here. It's going to be E2 to put it in play. He gets it in, looking for the alley-oop lob, well contested by Rower to make sure they didn't get the shot off.
Well, you had a 4-point lead at the half, a 3-point lead at the end of the third quarter. You're chipping away at it. That's what you like to see.
Golden Bears keeping it close in a big game. Back after this break on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The hands-on training and education at Northwest State opens doors for good paying career opportunities with great local manufacturers. That helps me, my family, and my community.
As the baby boomer generation tires of traditional send-offs, funerals are becoming increasingly more personalized. People are pre-planning their own remembrance gathering. Pre-planning is easy and will pay off both emotionally and financially for you and your family. Plus allows you more control over your last hurrah. At Krill Funeral Service, we're not just funeral directors. We are experts at helping hearts heal.
The academic advisors at Northwest State are here to help you develop and stick with a great education plan so you can get where you want to go.
Welcome back to Bryan High School. The Golden Bears trail 47-44 as we go to the fourth quarter. A big game for the Bears, trying to knock off the Evergreen Vikings and close out the regular season at 13-9. Feet inside and a foul. Seemed like a pretty easy call. That's going to send Leffler to the line.
That'll be on Shirky. That'll be his second.
There's the fourth team foul of the half against the Golden Bears. Leffler's got 17 points. He's one of 2 Vikings in double figures. Stretches out the lead a little bit. Titus Rower did a good job making sure Evergreen didn't get a shot off at the end of the quarter, but Leffler is able to stretch the lead back out to 5 on the first possession of the fourth quarter. 49-44, Shirky with a man on him. Queen Back out to Shirky. Lemons off the shot fake, puts it home.
I'll tell you what, Shirky did a nice job of putting that ball where only Connor Lemons could get it.
That's a 3-point game. Brighton sets the screen. Got Lemons on him. Triple team down low. Ball stays in play. Lumbreezer on the drive, kicks it out. Brighton off the fake. Short off the glass. Lemons grabs the board, and the foul is going to be called on Brighton. It's his third. And the third team foul against Evergreen this half. Shirky bringing it down the floor. He's got down the floor rather. He's got Lumbreezer on him. Shirky looking for Rower inside. He gets it to him. They'll go baseline. Rower still posting up inside. Gets it below the basket. Can't get the roll. Out of bounds. Bryan ball. Just left it a little bit short off the glass. And it'll be clean to put it in play for the Bears. Taking his time and gets it into Shirky. Shirky, the kick to Lemons from the baseline. Too strong. Offensive board by Shirky. Queen has it blocked. Rower trying to keep it alive, but it's going to go back to the Vikings. And we're going to get a timeout called by Evergreen. Second timeout, so we will stay with you. Well, that was a tough shot, contested shot by Adam Queen.
Yeah, it really was, and you know, the Evergreen's doing a nice job playing real tight defense. They've played tight on Zuber. Zuber came out and hit back-to-back threes, and they tightened up there. So now they're contesting the inside, they're contesting the outside. So far, their defense is winning the defensive battle.
Yeah, they did a good job, especially contesting Titus Rower down low. It was man-to-man defense, but they kind of keyed in on him when he got the ball in his hands.
They basically triple-teamed him, and you know, by the time the Bears got it out to somebody else, they'd come out. They're fast on their feet on the defensive end. They're able to move around really well.
6:19 to go. It is a good one here at Bryan High School. Bryan down just 3 against a really good Evergreen team. We had the game against Archbold where the Golden Bears led for most of the first quarter, but then it got away in the second. And the Blue Streaks really never looked back. That was an opportunity for a big win, and Golden Bears would have been the first team and only team this season to beat Archbold had they won that one. But they got a chance for a big win tonight. Underneath the basket, Shirky has the steal, trying to get ahead of the pack. Back to Rower, and he's fouled. Well, Shirky didn't have the greatest look. He had defenders closing in on him. But Rower will get a trip to the line.
That's 4 fouls on Brighton now.
He's the first player who's been in any significant foul trouble. Just the 4th team foul of the half against Evergreen. And Rower with a huge make there.
Got 14 now. He's 3 for 3 from the line.
Rower is the only Golden Bears player in double figures tonight. And he adds to that total, give him 15. 1-point game here in Bryan. The feet inside. Brighton has it poked from behind, but Arthur couldn't keep it from going out of bounds.
That's what you got to do when you get underneath there. Got to contest those.
Leffler puts it in play to Brighton. Lumbreezer from deep left it short and into the hands of Titus Rower. Suver well guarded. It's been pretty much all man-to-man by Evergreen tonight. Inside to Rower. Double team, and they call the foul. Or is it just a ball out of bounds?
They're going to call Leffler out of bounds.
Yeah, no foul there, so the Golden Bears will still keep possession. Arthur to put it in. Into Zuber. Makes a move on the defender. Pull-up jumper, no good. Arthur the board, too strong off the glass. Leffler down the floor, back outside. Brighton knocks it down. Nate Brighton with 16 points. And it's back to a 4-point game. Shirky counted and a foul. A blow-by drive for Shirky.
And I'll tell you what, he was like, he got bumped and went sideways and able to still put that up.
Connor Shirky with 6 points in the game tonight.
That's Lumbreezer's foul number 2.
Fifth foul of this half on Evergreen. Free throw is no good. That's the first miss from the charity stripe for the Bears. Comes at a big moment. Leffler with Shirky on him. Leffler gets a screen from Brighton. Will screen and roll there. E2 from deep, no good. Arthur kind of snatched the rebound from Shirky. Fortunately, it does not result in a turnover. Arthur slows down, back outside to Shirky. Lemons just short of the three-point line, left it a little bit short.
That's where you need those second chance points if you're the Bears.
2-point game halfway through the fourth quarter. Bears have kept it close just about all the way through. They've trailed by as many as 7 points. They led very briefly in the second half, led by 1, but have not taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Lumbreezer almost had it poked out of there. Brighton off the fake. Shot fake, Lumbreezer. From the corner, that three is good. It's Leffler who knocks it down. He's got 22 points. 5-point deficit. Can the Bears continue to claw their way back? Rower will pull up jumper, knocks it down. Titus Rower carrying the Bears on his back. He's got 17. Down to a 3-point game as the Bears try to upset the Vikings here at Bryan High School.
I'm actually kind of surprised we haven't seen more of Jackson.
Jackson's still on the bench. I don't think he's even come in this half. Steal there by Arthur. Gets to the glass, lets it short. That was a great look. And Arthur couldn't put it home. Out to Leffler. Arthur going for another steal. That's a jump ball, and that'll give it to the Bears.
I tell you what, Arthur is playing lights out when it comes to being around the ball. He knows where that ball is. He's going after it. He had a steal, and then he had a tie ball there.
That's 2 possessions in a row where Arthur created what was essentially a turnover. I don't think that one will go down as a turnover, even though the ball did go back to Bryan on the jump ball. Out to Arthur. They get it inside to Rower. Leaves it over to Lemons. Arthur finds Zuber. He'll pull up from just inside the 3-point line. Rower gets the board and puts it in.
Nice job there by Titus Rohr to get the offensive rebound and the putback.
Titus Rohr's got 19. It's senior night, but the sophomore Titus Rohr is having a heck of a ball game. Timeout called here by Jerry Kiefer. Full timeout. We'll take a break right with him on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
As the baby boomer generation tires of traditional send-offs, funerals are becoming increasingly more personalized. People are pre-planning their own remembrance gathering. Pre-planning is easy and will pay off both emotionally and financially for you and your family. Plus allows you more control over your last hurrah. At Krill Funeral Service, we're not just funeral directors. We are experts at helping hearts heal. They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
Well, it is senior night, but the sophomore Titus Rohr is standing out above the rest of the pack. 19 points he's scored.
Tonight's
in double figures. Right now the Bears are down by just one, but can they get a stop here? Brighton puts it home, back to a three-point game.
Yeah, the Bears came out and contested out on the outside, and that left Brighton open underneath.
Minute and a half to go. Bears move the ball around the perimeter to start out. Arthur trying to get inside. He does. A little bit too strong. Rohr puts it back. And now Brandon Fisher calls timeout. I believe he called for a full timeout as well, but we'll stay with you for this one. That is a huge second chance bucket there for Titus Rohr, and I believe it was a second chance bucket on the other end that allowed him to cut it down to one.
Yeah, you know, and interestingly enough, the Bears haven't had too many of those second chance points. Right now they've got 8 offensive rebounds, but boy, that's a good one right there, and it comes at an opportune time with 1:12 remaining.
Titus Rohr with 21 points in the game so far, and still just over a minute to play. But the Golden Bears, you know, even if they don't get a stop here, you're still technically down one possession, but they haven't been shooting it very frequently from the outside, so you would think you probably want to get a stop here on the next possession.
Yeah, and you know, Caleb Zuber had 2 threes back-to-back, and they were leaving him outside kind of uncontested, and that stopped real quick after those 2 threes. So I look for somebody else to try to get open, and, you know, if you have an uncontested 3, got to take it.
I believe Zuber is one of just 3 Golden Bears who's knocked down a triple, if I'm not mistaken. Drew Peters has one.
Yeah, Zuber has 2, and Peters has 1. And Connor Shirky has missed 3 threes.
57-56 on the main stop scoreboard. The Bears trying to pull off an upset. And we'll have to wait and see, but they may get a chance to do it with the timer running down. Rohr going for the steal. He's got it, and he immediately calls timeout. That is a heads-up play by Titus Rohr.
Yeah, that was a great play. He came in, stole the ball away, and he has a full timeout he's called. You know, and to know how many timeouts you have left, and they just have 1 left now, but to know how many timeouts you have, grab the ball and immediately call a timeout. That is key right there. That is some heads-up play right there.
Absolutely, and with about a minute to go, the Golden Bears, you know, they could hold for the final shot since you don't have the shot clock, but I would suspect we're probably not going to see them do that at this point with over a minute to go.
Yeah, there's 1:04 on the clock. You can bleed it, but the problem is if you bleed it and miss the shot, you lose by 1. And so you have to take your chances to get a good shot, get some points, and then on the other end, play some defense.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Golden Bears don't hit the shot. We might see them foul after a defensive rebound. Well, you can bet that the Bears will probably be looking to get the ball inside to Titus Rohr. You know, he's done rather well here in this 4th quarter, but earlier in the half, we were seeing quite a few times where in that man-to-man defense, he would get the ball inside, and they would double, even triple team.
And Zuber's back. So they got a 3-point shooter back. And I also say this officiating crew has done a great job tonight.
Will be Zuber to put it in play. They get it into Shirky. Shirky still with it. Got Rower posting up on the left block. Out to Shirky. Arthur gonna drive to the lane. Little short. Rower puts it in for the lead. First lead of the fourth quarter for the Bears. Rower's got 23. Now how does Evergreen play this? They have the option to drain the clock and hold for the final shot. Good ball movement by the Vikings. Out to Brighton. He's in double figures. Brighton gets inside and a foul. And that's on Rower. I don't believe he's in any serious foul trouble.
Well, this is his first foul.
That's just his first, so that's going to send Brighton to the line to shoot two, and Brighton can give the Vikings the lead.
Evergreen is shooting 5 of 6 from the foul line.
We got a tie game. Brighton with 19, rather. I almost subtracted from his total. This one for the lead. He's got it.
Evergreen will call timeout now.
They'll have one remaining, I believe.
And it's a full they're calling.
We'll stay with you for this one, though.
Each team has one timeout.
20.7 seconds left to go on the clock. Well, if you're Bryan, you may not necessarily have to drain the clock all the way down, but you probably don't want to take the shot too early in the possession either.
No, you're exactly right. They need to do what they did last time. Move the ball around. Try to find somebody. You know, if you're not seeing an open shot, try to take it to the hole and hope you get fouled. I mean, that's what Evergreen did there. They didn't have anything on the outside. They took it underneath, and, you know, they got Roar on the body. You know, Roar's hand was on the ball at that foul. I don't know if his elbow or somewhere hit the player, but his hand was definitely on the ball like he was blocking it. So, you know, you got to take it to the hole and hope you get fouled if you can't get a good shot. I think ideally a great shot would be for if you can get Zuber open and chuck a 3, and, you know, you go up by 2 then. But I think they're going to defend that.
On that last possession, obviously you don't like to give the foul, but Rower really had no choice. He had to go contest because Nate Brighton was open down low. 20.7 to play. The three-quarters press. Arthur gets it across the timeline, down under 15 seconds to play. Shirky.
They're going to have to do something quick.
Gets it out to Rower, and Brandon Fisher calls timeout. And I think what he was trying to tell his guys, or what he's trying to tell his guys right now is, hey, pay attention to the clock. It's winding down. They're only going to have 5.5 seconds left off this inbound.
Yeah, they are, and, you know, they're going to have to quickly get it, catch, throw. You know, you don't have much time to get you're going to have to get a shot off. Not necessarily the best shot, but you're going to have to get a shot off here. It's the only way you win the game.
And again, they're going to probably have Caleb Zuber in the game, you would think. So you've got the option of having a guy shoot it from the outside, whether that's what you want your first option to be or not. But then again, you just mentioned there's not a lot of time. You got to get a shot.
Yeah, I think you're looking for, on this one, you're looking for Connor Shirky or Titus Rowe underneath. I think that's the shot. Maybe Connor Lemons.
Lemons has 8 points in the game. 5.5 to go. We are in for a fun finish here in Bryan.
They'll inbound on the sideline.
It's going to be Connor Arthur to put it in play. And there's Zuber way down on the opposite block. And they're going to have him cut up the court. Zuber, a catch and fire. Oh! Now, Lemons, can he grab the board? They get it off. It's a ball.
Oh.
And the Golden Bears come that close to an upset victory, but it's Evergreen who takes it.
Oh, wow.
Coming down to the wire.
Wow. It was an off-balance shot by Zuber, and the Bears just couldn't track the rebound down. And boy, you hate to end that way, but what a basketball game with a 1-point Evergreen win. What a game.
You know, you had so little time there on the clock. Obviously, Zuber didn't want to wait there, but is the quick catch and fire the shot you want right off the bat?
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. I think you took it down too far. I think you took it down. You had to take a shot earlier in the possession, under 10, but above 5. I think they just set themselves with too little time, and that's what ended up happening. So that's how you end up with 59-58.
Well, the Golden Bears will play against St. Mary's Memorial in the first round of sectionals. That's going to be on Wednesday, but tonight they fall 59-58. We'll be back with some post-game stats after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and high-speed internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
Last year, over 390 people in Ohio were killed because someone chose to get behind the wheel impaired. This is Lieutenant Bob Ashenfelder of the Ohio State Highway Patrol's Defiance Post. As part of the patrol's ongoing effort to contribute to a safer Ohio, troopers will continue an increased focus on impaired driving arrests in 2018. But we can't fight this battle on our own. We need your commitment to plan ahead by designating a sober driver or call for a ride. If you drink, don't drive.
It's pretty obvious that there is a huge inventory of trailers at Jason Deach Trailer Sales in Edgerton. But what you can't see is how many parts they have available. Axles, brakes, doors, fenders, hitches, hinges, electrical, lighting, suspensions, tie-downs, toolboxes, tires, and wheels. If it's a part you need for your trailer, you can get it online or in person at Jason Deach Trailer Sales on the east side of Edgerton.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Division 2.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Bryan Golden Bears basketball on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Bryan falls 59-58 at the hands of Evergreen. This would have been a huge win if the Bears had been able to pull it off, but had very little time there to get a shot off, about 5.5 left, and they get Zuber with the miss from 3, and then Shirky with the air ball on the turnaround jumper.
Evergreen just did a great job of boxing that rebound out. I mean, they did a perfect job, and so that's how it comes down to. They should have tried to get it up a little earlier in the possession, but hey, that was a tough game, and that was a great game. You start the game off down 17-15, you're down 12-10, so that's 29-25 at the half. You outscore them 19-18 in the third quarter and 14-12 in the 19-18 in the third quarter, 14-12 in the fourth quarter. That's hey, there are no moral victories, but that was a great moral victory for the Golden Bears.
So they fall to 12-10 on the regular season, and my apologies there. I believe we've got the final statistics.
We do. Let's take a look. Evergreen ended up shooting 58% from the field, 21 of 36. They were 11 of 19 from inside the three-point arc, 10 of 17. 58% from outside the arc, 7 of 8 from the foul line. They had 16 rebounds, 2 offensive, 14 defensive. They had 12 turnovers. Leading scorer Mason Leffler, he was 7 of 11 from the field, including 4 of 7 from 3 and 4 of 4 from the foul line for 22 points. Nate Brighton was 8 of 9 from the field, 2 of 2 from the three-point arc, 2 of 2 from the foul line for 20 points. Bryce Hudick was 3 of 6, including 1 of 1 from 3. He had 7. Nick Borovich, I can't even say his name, Borojevich, he was 1 of 1 for 4 points. He had a 3-point and a foul shot. Jack Etu had 1 3-pointer for 3 points. Chandler Lumbreezer had 1 3-pointer for 3 points as well, giving him their 59 points. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ball, Bryan shot 48% from the field. They were 23 of 47. They were 20 of 38 from outside the arc, or inside the arc. They were 3 of 9 from inside the arc. They were 9 of 10 from the foul line, so really good foul shooting, making 90% of their foul shots. They had 22 total rebounds, 10 offensive, 12 defensive, 4 steals, a block, and 3 turnovers. Leading scorer was Titus Rohr. He was 9 of 12 from the field, 5 of 5 from the line for 23 points. Connor Lemons, 4 of 7 from the field. He had 8 points. Drew Peters was 3 of 4 from the field, and that included 1 3-pointer for 7 points. Connor Shirkey, 2 of 8 from the field and 2 of 3 from the foul line, giving him 6. Caleb Zuver was 2 of 7 from the field. Both of those were 3-pointers for 6. Connor Arthur, 1 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line, giving him 4. And Reese Jackson was 2 of 4 from the field, giving him a total of 4 points. So there's your statistics here from the Golden Bears Sports Network.
And even though it was senior night, it was the sophomore Titus Rohr who stood out really above the rest of the Golden Bears players. 23 points, and Golden Bears are going to be fortunate to have him back for the next 2 seasons.
Yeah, and now the second season starts, the playoffs. We got the brackets. Here's the bracket that Bryan's in. They're going to play St. Mary's Memorial on Wednesday night at 8 down at Lima Senior. They are the 7 seed playing the 9 seed. If they happen to win, they play again on Friday night, the first at Lima Senior. They're going to play the winner of Elida and Scott. And, Evergreen goes into the tournament. They're going to play in the Bowling Green Regional. Evergreen is going to play, let me pull it up here. I've got their bracket as well. Evergreen is going to play Lake. They're the 3 seed, Evergreen is. They'll play Lake, who's the 13 seed, at Clay, Oregon High School. They're going to play at 6:15 on Wednesday night. They will face the winner of Elmore Woodmore and Swanton, so they have the potential of matching an NWAL versus NWAL in the second round. Their regional goes to play at BGSU against the Columbus District winner, so that is the way that you work through that Toledo sectional. So Evergreen's in that Toledo sectional, Bryan's in the Ada sectional, and let's see what they do.
So the Golden Bears finished the regular season at 12-10 on the year. They will again play St. Mary's Memorial in the first round of sectionals this coming Wednesday. Chris and I will have that for you. You can hear it on WQCT. Until then, for Chris Malenga and our producers, Eric Herman and Chris Bryce, and for our camera operators, Shar Miller, Sam Clark, and Edna Clark, I'm Thad Goff, and also for our board op, Ben Murray at WQCT, this is Thad Goff signing off from Bryan High School. You have been watching the Golden Bears Sports Network.